All right, let's look at materials a little bit more. So I'm still in my scene here, and I'm just going to come down here to the floor. I'm going to go up to my add tool. I'm going to go down to shapes. I'm going to add a plane. Now it's dropped it just below my material, so I'm going to pull that up until I can see it. I'm going to zoom in on that a little bit. And I'm going to hit R to scale that up a little bit. So I'm just going to pull it out that way. Pull it out that way some. Okay. Now I'm going to go control space and I'm going to drag my simple material on there. Now that's not a very convincing floor, so let's take a look at changing that out. So I'm going to duplicate this material and I'm going to rename this one M underscore Spanish tile. Now I can go in here and let's change out this base color. So control space, and I'm going to drag in the texture sample. So we can use a 3 vector to use a solid color for our base, or can delete that and we can plug an image as a texture sample into the base color. And now I'll get that. This is not going to be metallic, so I'm going to set that back to 0. And our roughness value we can leave at 0.5 right now until we start to see what we like. So I'm going to hit apply, and then I'm going to return to my desert scene. And I can drag this new material on. And we see that we have our tile surface. Now, if we zoom in, we can see that while the color looks okay, it's not very convincing because the surface is quite flat. And tile would have a lowered indentation area where the grout is that would cast shadows. So what some game designers figured out a while ago is that you could model a really high texture, a high detail, surface or object, figure out how light would interact with it, and then apply that information to a very simple object. And the way we do that is with a normal map. So I'm going to go back into my Spanish tile texture. I'm going to control space, and now we're going to drag in this Spanish pavement. Now textures will come in a variety of looks, but the normal maps you'll recognize because they're usually some sort of weird shade of blue. So I'm going to plug that right here into normals. And we can already see there, but I'm going to hit apply and then return to my main scene. And now we can see that we've got some lighting information now to where we're seeing the indentations of the grout. We can see some shadows being cast. Now what's cool is that all of this is fakery. This is all fake detail that's actually not it's not being modeled. It's just being calculated after the fact in the lighting. So video games have used this for a long time now because it's essentially free detail. But we can see what an improvement that adds to the scene.